Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's the update. I mean, this is pretty serious stuff here. Apparently, you know, the janitor of YouTube went to go see his lawyer. No, he didn't. You know how we know this? Well, first of all, if he's going to go see his lawyer and it's like, oh, I'm going to go see my lawyer, you would think he would know where his lawyer is. That he wouldn't have to have GPS tell him where his lawyer is. Which means he probably just called somebody out of the phone book. They said, come over here, sit down, we'll give you a consultation. You're going to pay me X amount of dollars to sit there and tell you that what you're whining about, there's nothing illegal about it. And plus, even if there was some sort of problem or questionable problem, that they have absolutely no jurisdiction in the United States. And then they'd probably advise you that you'd have to skip over into the United States and hire what is called a national attorney that can practice law in every state in the Union. Or you would have to go to the associated state, hire an attorney in the associated state of that jurisdiction to proceed. But you couldn't proceed. Because the reason why you're not going to be able to proceed is because you don't have this thing called clean hands. You don't. In other words, your intended victim, you provoked the situation. That's what he's going to tell you. So, please send this video to your attorney. And it's very apparent that your supposed attorney, the name of the firm is called We Suck at Law. You know what? Is that French? We, like we suck at law. What a clown, okay? What a clown. Who's that in the window? Is that Derpy Dean? Let's take a look. Is that Derpy? You know what? I think that's Derpy Dean up in there. Dean, is that you? Derpy Dean. You know what? I think it is. Let's scroll up a little bit. That is Derpy Dean. Now, you see, you know what? You might want to talk to Derpy Dean. Because Derpy Dean was being paid by D-2 Incorporated to harass people on the internet. Why hasn't Derpy Dean and D-2 Incorporated lifted a pinky to come and sue me? Well, because it's already been established that Derpy Dean uploaded information to both Twitter and YouTube during business hours. Do you understand that? That's right. That's a fact. Because the metadata has been pulled from the Twitter and the tweets, and the metadata was pulled from his own videos with the timestamp in association with the YouTube servers being in California. And then you got the 3-hour difference with D-2 Incorporated opening up at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And he's in violation because the metadata from the tweets and the YouTube videos show that he's being paid by D-2 Incorporated to harass people on the internet that I'm not. So essentially he's harassing two people because the docs in which he dropped are incorrect. They sure are. Which means he could have 2 lawsuits. You got that? This is why Derpy Dean hasn't lifted a pinky. And he's not going to. Because nothing is being done that is illegal. I am merely responding to his attack. I'm merely responding to him getting it wrong. That's right. And if Derpy Dean, or if the president of D-2 Incorporated wants to dance anywhere in a courtroom, well, let's dance. I got all my dancing shoes. I got all my metadata. I got all my archives. I'm ready to go, buddy. Spend the money. I can't wait to see you. It'll be a lot of fun. You see, Derpy Dean doesn't have clean hands because he provoked my response. My response is not illegal. It is not. Just like my response towards you, the janitor of YouTube, is not illegal. Absolutely not. You have a direct affiliation with Cowboyd.ca. Matter of fact, there was some sort of complaint that was launched against you on the ripoffreport.com, in which a photograph, not Photoshop, as far as I'm aware, a photograph was obtained that came directly from that website where you're sitting on the desk of the website there, right? The website owner, Boyd, of Cowboyd.ca. That's a direct affiliation. You make mention in your own YouTube video about how you're going to maybe get back into real estate, right? So I'm holding you responsible for your actions on the internet, and I'm coming after you through some sort of financial culpability because of that direct affiliation with that company. There's nothing illegal about it. Go file a report. I want you to. But make sure, make absolutely positive that the information that you put in that report is legitimate and is honest, because if it's not, I'm going to have you arrested for filing an erroneous police report. This is why I told you to contact Interpol, because you are in Canada and I'm in the United States. You got that? So know what the hell you're talking about before you run your mouth. Both Derpy Dean and the janitor of YouTube. Let me point it out to you like this. You got all of these supposed IT professionals that are touting that they're IT professionals. You have Derpy Dean in previous videos and previous statements on other social media stating that he's anonymous when he's not anonymous. No, he's not anonymous. Absolutely not. Not even close. Nope. No. He's not anonymous. Maybe he was anonymous at one time, but he is also the vice president of D-2 Incorporated. So if he is on the clock and he's being paid by D-2 Incorporated to harass others online by making tweets and or videos, right there he has put his company in financial jeopardy. So let's go ahead and go back 10 years or 8 years. You had another situation where another senior security IT analyst for Jackson National Life Insurance dropped the wrong docs. These are facts. He is the source of the person that started this whole Dale nonsense. He sure is. And we have every archive, every video, and every record to back it up. So, seeing that he was an executive, Mr. Hampton, who at the time was in Michigan and worked for Jackson National Life Insurance. The parent company is Prudential PLC. When Mr. Hampton, I don't care if he's on duty, off duty, it doesn't even matter. He is representing Jackson National Life Insurance by his actions online. So consequently, when he did that, and he dropped the wrong docs, and he's harassing me on the internet, that was the very first person that I doxed. The very first one. Because I got sick and tired of all of these people on the internet, of all of their positions, whether they be a police captain, a police officer, an attorney, somebody who works at DHS, an elite, I don't even care who you are. It doesn't even matter. I got sick of it, and I decided that I was going to start a channel called OctoberReignz to literally identify, locate these individuals and make them financially culpable for their irresponsible actions on the internet, which I did. So when I contacted Jackson National Life Insurance and talked to the Vice President of Security by the name of David Bauer, he acted like, well, you know, what Mr. Hampton does in his own private time has no bearing on our company. Wrong. Wrong. He's an executive. Mr. Hampton was an executive of that company. An executive is held to a higher standard than an actual employee because they should know better. Consequently, I told Mr. Bowers, listen, buddy, if you're not going to do anything about it, I'm going to do something about it. in which he gave some sort of verbal confrontation that alluded to the fact that he was going to sue me, or that Jackson National Life Insurance would take some sort of legal action against me in the case that I may besmirch their character and or reputation, or violate some sort of defamation against the company themselves, or their affiliates, or their parent company, in which I told Mr. Bowers, spend the money. Excuse me. Goodness. So what did he do? He didn't do anything. Consequently, I turned right back around and dropped the stock of their parent company $12.31 in 34 days, and I got every record to prove it. Matter of fact, when the OctoberReignz channel was on Twitter, the 11th follower was Jackson National Life Insurance. What the hell is a multi-billion-dollar company doing following a nobody on the internet under the Twitter name OctoberReignz? Because I was stomping all over, I'm sure was. I was contacting all of the annuity managers, the stockbrokers, right? The shareholders, their affiliates, their competition. 1,700 tweets were going out between emails and tweets. That's a fact, Jack. And they sent 4 private investigators to come and scoop me up. But guess what? That didn't work out so well, because I released an audio recording between myself and the Vice President of Security, Mr. David Bowers, in which Mr. Bowers admitted out of his own mouth that the actions of the executive was wrong. Oops, they had to all pack up, turn around, and leave. Consequently, Mr. Hampton was fired for harassment of others on the internet from Jackson National Life Insurance. Why hasn't Mr. Hampton sued me? Why hasn't Jackson National Life Insurance sued me? Why hasn't Prudential come after me after losing? Oh my God, you wouldn't believe how much money they lost. Why not? Because they don't want that information on public record for all to see. You got that? And that information would be on Mr. Hampton's record for life. It sure would. Consequently, Jackson National Life Insurance and Prudential PLC would stand to lose millions upon millions of dollars, because other attorneys could revert back to that court case, and me, myself, could get on my personal websites and or social media and absolutely ruin them forever. So your attorneys don't scare me. Your police reports don't scare me. None of this scares me. I fear no one. I'm sorry, I just don't. You initiated these attacks, the Vice President of D-2 Incorporated. You initiated these attacks, Mr. Defangatang. You initiated these attacks, James, janitor of YouTube. You initiated this. I'm defending myself. There's nothing you're going to do to stop me. And I'm going to maintain my position as defending myself, my position, my reputation, regardless of what you do. Spend the money. Spend it all. I hope you do. Because I'm not playing. We have identified and located police officers, police captains, the elites, attorneys, DHS personnel. We don't play, man. We don't care. If you attack me online, you're going to be held responsible for it. If I can come after your job, I'm going to do it. If I come after your company, I'm going to do it. If I can come after you personally, I will do it. Absolutely. Legally. So, spend the money. Spend it all, dude. Spend it all. Because you, to the janitor of YouTube, you're harassing all these women online for what? Because they're rejecting your comments or rejecting your material? You're harassing them? You're trying to use me to get to them? Are you kidding me? Do what you have to do to fight back. Because I tell you what, buddy. It ain't over. It sure ain't. Gotta go. Later.